The first date that we have chosen to begin this blog about 9/11 is August 6, 2021. On August 6, George Bush, then President of the United States, receiving a presidential daily briefing of the intelligence service named Bin Laden determined to strike in USA. In the report appeared that Bin Laden was trying to jihad commercial aircraft, such as those that crashed on September 11, 2021 on the Twin Towers. An attack that affected the World War. On 1911 shalled a new paragraph in the life and history of the United States. The disaster began when two jihadi islands were to be impacted in the New York. These suicidal bombs carried out by members of the jihadist Al-Qaeda network were designed to destroy the two towers and the Pentagon. On September 16, 2001, 5 days after the disaster of the 9/11, Bin Laden said he wasn't responsible for the attack in New York. Some days later, US President George Bush cited Osama bin Laden as the main suspect of the 9/11. 5 years later, Bin Laden confirmed in a public manner he be responsible for the attacks.
The beginning of the war in Afghanistan after September 11, the USA decided to start a war against terrorism by invading Afghanistan on October 7, 2001. The invasion was carried out with NATO forces and the Northern allies with United Nations support. Dan Rather is the star news anchor for the USA television network CBS. Such a confession is astonishing. Rather is almost as famous in the USA as the president. He speaks in the BBC News Night about the role of the press in the country's social time. He explained that there is a celebration of patriotism and claimed that it can make certain questions because you cannot do harm to society. Iraq invasion took place in 2003 by the USA military and marked the beginning of the Iraq War. The soldiers have spent 7 years fighting for the dead country, but there is a troop in Iraq, and there is still a troop to help control the order in the country.
On March 11, 2003, there was a terrorist attack in Madrid. There were 10 simultaneous explosions on 4 commuter trains during the last hour in the morning. On March 16, 2003, George Bush, USA President, Tony Blair, Prime Minister of Britain, and José María Aznar, President of Spain, held a meeting in the Azores Islands, Portugal. 7/2004, the National Commission about the Terrorist Attacks of 11/9, whose life objective was investigate the facts and facts relating to the attack.
4 years after 9/11, London was attacked. This date is important because it was the bloodiest terrorist attack in the United Kingdom since 1988. In the terrorist attack in Lockerbie, Scotland. In this case, it was other terrorist attack by Al-Qaeda. In July 2010, the 4th Brigade of Striker Armored Vehicles of the 2nd Infantry Division, US Army left, ended with Operation Iraqi Freedom began in the 2003. And the last date of our blog, one of the most important recent developments was the death of Osama bin Laden. In 2011, Osama was caught and he died of a gunshot to the head. Hundreds of Americans took to the streets to celebrate the death of the greatest terrorist in the history of the United States.